Namaste. My name's Todd Norian. I'm the founder of Ashaya Yoga, and welcome to today's Heartseed message, messages from the heart. I do these messages once a month, and today I want to focus on the path of radical affirmation. This is one of the principles behind Ashaya Yoga, a philosophy based in the non-dual Shaiva Tantra philosophy that talks about how to actually thrive in life. Thriving goes beyond happiness and sadness. Like there's these waves. We're in happiness, we're in sadness, we go up and down all the time. The yogi doesn't just want temporary happiness or haphazard happiness. The yogi wants permanent happiness, permanent joy. And we even go beyond happiness to a state where we're thriving, not just in one aspect of our life, but in every aspect. Thriving in our livelihood, in our relationships, in our family, in our communities, in our state of personal health, in our spiritual connections, in our practices. And this has really been a goal of mine. I've spent my entire lifetime searching for what is the meaning of life? What is the purpose? Why am I here? Who am I? And I believe it's really important to understand the path of radical affirmation. We need to go back to the beginning, the original source questions about why are we actually here? Who am I? And what is my life purpose? Everyone comes in with a life agenda, something that you're really passionate about. And for so many reasons, we don't follow our passion. We follow what society expects of us or what family expects of us. And it's really important. Part of the yogic path that I teach is the source to your true happiness comes in finding out who you are. What is your gift? What is it that really lights you up in life? And then to go for that, to do it. You know, I was a musician. I loved music, even from way back before I can even remember. My dad was a trumpet player. He practiced scales all the time. And I think while I was in utero, he was playing scales because I came out just aware of music. My ear had already developed, if that's even possible. And I thought for sure I would have a whole career in music, and I did for a little while until I came to my first yoga class. Tears poured out of my eyes at the end of that class because suddenly I was able to remember why I was really brought here, why I'm really here. And it moved my heart, it stirred me so much that instead of wanting to become this musician, where that was my main focus, I was told, well, why don't you become a musician of life? That's what yoga is, learning how to become a virtuoso. Yoga is the virtuosity of becoming yourself. And that's exactly what I did. Now, of course, my music followed me, and I certainly still love music, but forget about it. If you want me to play a jazz standard right now, I wouldn't be able to do it. So that's how life evolves. But this capacity to affirm life, to affirm that life is a true gift, and that this life is like a game. It's a game of hide and seek where we've forgotten who we are, and we're here to rediscover that, to rediscover who we are. And it's the greatest game on earth. It's a game that you can't win and you can't lose, but you can only learn how to play. And, you know, as I improvise in my music and my jazz, learning how to improvise and learning how to play, learning how to stray away from the melody and the chord changes and then bring it back. It is like we're improvising this life and letting the heart be the chord changes, letting the heart be the melody, and finding out the true song that's inside of you that you are meant to sing. Many people, they haven't found their song, or they have chosen to stop singing their song. They quit on life. That's maybe the opposite of life as path of radical affirmation. Or someone just sings other people's songs. They do cover songs all the time, which of course I used to do in my bands. Um, and we have this opportunity to write our own song, to find out what it is, what's the true gift that we have as individuals. There's a tantric teaching that says that we are the crystallization of the divine's desire to know itself. It's just we've forgotten. And so all the practices and this whole idea of path of radical affirmation is to come back to a place of knowing ourselves such that we can, yes, be happy. We want to be happy. And it takes a lot of work to get to be happy. But to go even beyond that into a place where you're thriving in life. And when you thrive because you've connected to the source of who you are, you know your life purpose, you know your life agenda. And of course, that can morph and change as we go through life. That you start to see that life has your back, that every experience that you've had, both positive and negative, has shaped and molded and formed the person that you are today. And instead of letting our history get in the way of our destiny, the history becomes a very important part that we build a destiny of greatness and a destiny of future. We are meaning-making machines. And whatever happens in life, you will make meaning of it. And we have a choice. You can make it mean that life sucks, then you die. That's a really great philosophy. Or that there's just so much stress, so much challenge, I'm just going to sign off of life. Or so you can dim your light down. Or you can turn the light up and say, wow, this challenge is only coming for me in life right now because I'm ready to go to the next level. We need to learn how to upright ourselves, how to really believe in life, come back to a place where even though there's challenge, it's an unsteady time, it's an uncertain time. That's more reason to be able to rise up and be strong in who the universe has made you to be. One of my favorite poems is from a poet from over 700 years ago, Hafiz, and it's very appropriate to this topic. So I shall read it to you. It's called The Sun in Drag. You are the sun in drag, S-U-N. You are the sun in drag. You are God hiding from yourself. Remove all the mine. That is the veil. Why ever worry about anything? Listen to what your friend Hafiz knows for certain. The appearance of this world is a magi's brilliant trick, though its affairs are nothing into nothing. You are a divine elephant with amnesia trying to live in an ant-hole. Sweetheart, oh sweetheart, you are God in drag. So I love this idea. We're all drag queens. God's basically discovering who we truly are, even when it's against societal norms. Be that person. I love that idea is we're elephants, meaning that we have this vastness of greatness, this great spiritual destiny inside of ourselves. And yet we have amnesia. We're trying to live in an anthill. We make ourselves small. So this is the invitation. This is the challenge to rise up, to take hold of yourself, to come and join a community of other like-minded beings that are all here on this journey of self-discovery. Because when you know who you are, you can serve with your whole being. The path of radical affirmation is saying yes to life, yes to the game. Okay, we can't win, we can't lose, but can you say yes to wanting to play the game and get really good at playing the game? Because the result of that is then you're thriving in life. You bring so much joy. And guess what? When you're happy, the whole world gets happier around you. And the opposite is also true. When you're miserable inside, you make everybody else miserable around you. We all know that. So this is just a reminder of things you already know, but to stand tall, stand strong in who you are truly meant to be. And if you're not quite sure what your life purpose is, meditate, do yoga practice, contemplate, study, learn. And that will get revealed. And it's not like fast food yoga. I don't teach fast food yoga. You have to commit. It takes time, steady practice over a very long time, where we start to break down the patterns of fear, where we avoid life, where we set up our house in an anthill, when really we need the vastness of the African jungle for the wildness of our heart, so that this huge spiritual elephant inside can roam freely and live naturally and have a life full of freedom, fulfillment, and joy. Thank you so much for taking the time to listen to this. Namaste.